Euro 2024 slowly but surely coming to an end. I think next week it'll be the final end of it. And Jack, I'll be honest, in my opinion, I've been watching football tournaments since 2006. So I missed Euro 2004 and World Cup 2002 and all that. 2006 was my first one, which was the World Cup. And I watch all the Euros, AFCON, and all that stuff there. This Euros is the worst international competition I've witnessed. It's the worst Euros I've witnessed. And I'm not going to compare it to the World Cups. I think all the World Cups since then have been good. But this Euros, I don't know what it is. But Jack, me sitting there and watching teams, I just get bored out of my mind, Jack. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can bring me all the tactics and all this stuff and the low block here, the transitions and all that there. We're all football fans, and I'm a football fan. And sometimes I want to see excitement. I don't know what it is, but these Euros at times just seem to lack the excitement. And it's not the smaller teams. I think the smaller teams have been great. I've had some great fun watching some of the smaller teams. To me, it's been a lot of the big nations.
Yeah.
But Jack, how have you felt about
Georgia,
these Euros?
just quickly, Austria are my second favorite team. Unreal. I'm watching Austria and I'm going, I wish I was Austrian and I wish I was half decent at football because that's the team I want to play for. I want to be buzzing around in midfield and trying to do stuff for them. Georgia, first European tournament or something crazy like that, and they get through to knockout stages. Croatia actually plays okay for once in a little while. Um, Look, I think that this is the we're at the final boss of data analysis, sports science, and that kind of 2010s, 2020s plus of football analytics. I think that we've reached kind of the pinnacle of statistically, we know exactly how to play this opposition based on all of this data from all of these companies who we pay millions and millions of pounds to or dollars to or whatever to make sure that we've got the exact perfect way to go against them. We've run the numbers, we've put them into our algorithms and our machines and our artificial intelligence. This is the way that we should play against this team because statistically it's the one they have the least amount of success against and that's how we're going to progress and go through. I'm not going to lie to you, the worst thing about it, James, is the fact that it's working. um Obviously one side of the bracket is significantly weaker than the other, but we did have Germany, Spain, Portugal, and France on one side of the bracket. Now, they're the best teams, and Spain have been good at times, Germany have been good at times, but I've not been blown away either. And on the other side of the bracket as well, England have been appalling, but keep getting through. Holland have been okay, but again, kind of a favourable side of the draw and just kind of keep plugging their way through and getting through as well. I feel, and not to sound like Ronaldo, our friend Ronaldo Nazario, yeah, James, a little bit of love has fallen out of the game, and a little bit of courage has come out of the game. Um, I just uploaded a video. Obviously, this will probably come out tomorrow or later on this evening. I've just put out a video giving my thoughts on the England squad and the England match that just happened yesterday. Um, we don't have players anymore who are comfortable, confident, or whatever in attempting take-ons. Completed dribbles, one-on-one defending and take-ons are borderline non-existent in the game of football anymore. I think that the data on that would show you that it's the least effective way of beating somebody. But the problem is, why do we enjoy football? Why do we watch it? We watch it for those moments and for that kind of excitement. We've done videos like this before. Your favorite footballer's favorite footballer is Ronaldinho. And it's not because Ronaldinho's shot accuracy was great, or his pass completion percentage was great, or his completed dribbles percentage was really, really strong. No, it's because he had fun out there and he made you love the game. And every time he was playing, you wanted to go watch him. And that's not just at club level, that's internationally as well. We
Yeah,
are getting to a stage, and I think about that Nike advert from way back in the day about the robots.
yeah,
I feel like we're kind of getting there now. We've got these incredibly athletic players who I think technically are reasonably sound, but they've got one thing missing, one massive thing missing, and that's creativity. And actually, no, I won't use creativity. I'll use even more of a cliche word. They lack flair, James. Do you remember the word flair? We used to talk about flair in football all the time. And Soccer AM was on, and you'd see highlights of somebody like Lee Trundle, right? Or Adel Taarabt, or these kind of guys who you're just like, you don't need to do that. But then a nutmeg happens, a 1-2 happens, a spin happens, something dumb happens, a bit of showboating, and you go, that's cool. I'm smiling. I'm watching my team. It doesn't look good on the data sheet. But I think in recruitment now, the players we're seeing have success, James, are the numbers bods, and we don't have those flair players in top level football anymore. They're playing in cages probably because they're not picked up by scouts. That's my only. That's
Um,
totally anecdotal. That's based on nothing, but that's just my opinion.
Jack, what you say, I agree. In terms of you, okay, England, yeah. Upon all, like I'm a football coach. I do all this ball mastery stuff all the time, working on the spins, working on being able to take the ball in tight spaces and all that. I, I can count on one hand how many times I've seen an England player receive the ball and drive up players. Try something absolutely ridiculous that isn't possible. It's a lot of backwards, sideways stuff, trying to probe and all that and all that stuff there. But I'm like, you have your Jude Bellinghams, you have your Phil Fodens, you have your Cole Palmers, your Bukayo Sakas. Haven't seen that thing that make me go, oh, yeah. France with all the talent, Jack, in the world. Dembele, Griezmann, Mbappe, Colomani, Thuram, very pragmatic. And to think that Jack England have scored what I think 3 goals in the whole competition and managed to win one game in normal time so far. That's ridiculous. France haven't scored a goal from open play yet, Jack, in 90 minutes. Yet we're talking about the two teams who more than likely will go on to be in the final. Portugal, Jack, before that were awful to watch. I look at it and I think that a lot of teams lack the ambition and the courage to take it because, Jack, the margins are so small now. One mistake, because people go, you mentioned, the more games are played, the more data analysis is taken. And they realize, oh, teams that take risk like that usually don't go on to win this tournament. You know what? Bun it. We're not going to take these risks anymore. We're going to be born, we're going to be pragmatic, and we're going to stop teams from scoring against us. I remember, I'm going to bring up a couple of greatest performances I've seen. Russia in 2008, the way that Jack, they came on the scene. Spain, who ended up winning it, were fantastic to watch. Germany in 2010, Jack, they took my breath away. Yeah, Italy in 2012, and Jack, just there's so many teams, yeah, who went on to be successful. Maybe not have won the tournament, but still doing amazing stuff. Like Spain, granted that they kept a lot of clean sheets, Jack, but you never went at Spain's performance and said, man, they didn't play that well. You were
Right.
always still mesmerizing how well they keep the ball, and when the opportunity arises, they hurt you. Yeah, Spain, when they could go for the jugular, they will. I haven't seen too many of the big teams go for the jugular. In fact, a lot of small teams have gotten a lot of success against big teams. In terms of a big team might get a 90-minute winner, but tell me how many teams have been blown away, Jack, this whole tournament. How many 5-0s?
Right.
I think we Jack. I think we seen one 5-0 the whole tournament, and that was
Well, and
like that was Scotland. You know,
well, and
Spain.
Spain, Georgia, right, was what was that, 4-1, right? But Georgia scored first.
You
It
know,
wasn't
and
like a consolation goal at the end, but yeah,
but also I hope I would love to see Spain win it because that would let people know that taking a chance, you can still win a tournament taking a chance. And Spain have done that.
right.
And I hope that they are rewarded for their courage to actually be offensive and look to attack. Yeah. And I hope they go on to win it. But knowing it, they're gonna against France, they might play into their hands. France can hit them on the counter attack, 1-2 goal. Yeah. And then that's it. And in England, they may win on penalties. Jack, this is probably the most penalties I've seen in a tournament ever. Jack, to think that 3 out of the 4 semifinals, I mean quarterfinals, all went to penalties or extra time is crazy. Because
Yeah.
teams ain't really going for it as much. And like, a big thing I'm also gonna mention: the stars ain't shining.
No.
Listen,
And I was gonna sorry, go ahead, sorry.
yeah, you go back and you look at some of these old tournaments, Pirlo in 2012 with the slick back hair, the whole tournament just busting and doing mad stuff. Yeah, Andreas Schaven in 2008. The whole thing about it, the whole Spanish team, Netherlands before they got knocked out, the way Ruven Nistelrooy, Robin Schneider, Robin van Persie were absolutely balling out. In 2012, who was balling out? No, in 2010 to see Sami Khedira come out of nowhere, Mesut Ozil come out of nowhere, Thomas Muller come out of nowhere, just balling out. Zidane in 2006 with the performance against Brazil and the performance like this is see, I'm smiling because I'm
Yeah.
there and I'm watching players just do things out of nothing and make me smile. I can't tell you how many of these big players today that made me went, oh, maybe Jude in the first game where he was, it wasn't incredible, but he was good. He was like he was good. And Mbappe this
Yamal,
tournament, go on, Jack.
no. Yamal's been kind of, I think Lamine Yamal's been kind of fun. I think Nico
Yeah.
Williams has been kind of great as
Oh,
well.
oh,
But again,
those two.
but like you say though,
Musiala to
it
a certain point.
Musiala as well. But again, I was going to say this at the end of the last video. I know Erling Haaland's not in this tournament, but and I know Mbappe got very seriously hurt, which is a really important detail into his confidence might be a bit shaken up. He might go into 50-50s, pulling out a little bit because that's a broken nose is a broken
Oh,
nose. It's no,
100%,
it's no joke. Um,
100%. All type Michael
but
Jackson.
yeah, but if we're talking about maintaining that top level, about being a superstar, right? What we've seen from Messi and Ronaldo in the past, and what the kind of next generation of superstars have shown us in these kind of tournaments, it's not really the same, and we're not getting those guys. So at least can we have a bit of entertainment? Because again, I think who was it? I can't remember who the interview was. I mean, I should be better prepared for this video, but somebody was saying it's the most eyes we've ever had on the game, ever. I mean,
100%,
obviously, there's a
100%.
population increase, there's more access to television and Wi Fi and all sorts of stuff than there ever has been in the world, which is all great. There's more eyes on the TV than ever. But I'm getting to a certain stage, especially with this tournament, where it's probably the least entertaining one I think I've ever seen. So it's really not a good advert for the product if that's kind of the state of play right now.
In
Um,
Jack, do you know the biggest thing for me? And I'm going to bring up another player that I forgot. Uruguay in 2010, Diego Forlan was on an absolute mad. You can add Luis Suarez in there too, but these players that made you go, oh. But when people judge their performances, they don't judge on what they see. Do you know, Jack? Do you know what they do? They go into who score and see who had the green star or even like a little yellow next to them. People ain't really watching it and saying, oh, he
or
had a
they
good
get
game or
they
this and that. It,
or they get the notification on their phone. And
oh,
also, I think the other thing that bothers me, and this again, I brought this up in my England reaction video as well. James, Anthony Gordon came on for a cameo in the group stages. And I keep telling this story because I think it's so important. It's important to me. I don't know if it's important to you or the viewers, but it's important to me. He came on for like 10 minutes and he sprinted long down the wing, put his foot in the ground, came back to the ball, received the ball to feet. He's created separation from the fullback. He's turned to face the defender. I think it's that 37-year-old second division Bundesliga guy. I think for Slovenia or Slovakia, one of those. He knocks it past him and runs after the ball. Now, his knock past the defender was just a little off. The ball went out of play. He missed it by like a couple of yards. The ball went out of play. But when I saw that, I thought, if this guy, that goes down as him losing possession, by the way, right? That goes down as that's not good ball retention. And that'll go down as a statistic for him not retaining the ball properly. But what I saw was the right kind of behavior that if I was the coach on the sideline, I would be clapping. I'd be going, yes, good, more of that, more of that, more of that. In the same way, if my number 10 or if one of my wide players tried a really, really difficult through ball, but if it comes off, it's a one-on-one for my striker, even if it doesn't come off, in the words of Kevin De Bruyne, pass accuracy means nothing. If you don't score or don't do anything, who cares? I'm always going to applaud the right behaviors in football. And that Anthony Gordon one sticks out to me like crazy. Because
um,
what we've seen from England's left hand side, but also a lot of wingers for the better teams, is they get the ball and then they cut in and then it's back to the fullback or it's back to the centre back and they're a cycling play.
um, is difficult, Jack. It really, really is difficult. And you mentioned the word fun. I love the game. I find myself sitting some games and not being able to watch because sometimes the tactical stuff is cool in that, but just I don't really want to. I want somebody to blow me away. That's why I watch the game for. And I don't want to say this tournament hasn't been good because it has been great. We've seen some good. We've seen some teams come out of nowhere like Georgia and Austria entertain. You know, Slovakia. I think Slovenia or Slovakia will go on to beating Belgium in it. We've seen some good performances from Spain. Have been tremendous, and I hope they go on to win it. There, Nico Williams and like Yamin Yamal, they've been unbelievable. I look at, for instance, Cody Gakpo. He bring that form into Liverpool because he's balling out right now. Musiala. They've been some good players, Jack, especially defensively. Kanji for Switzerland. You got just the whole other French team there. Gay, I'm pretty
Gahey,
sure.
the England,
I'm pretty sure I've missed. There's so many more people. Pepe's performance, Jack. Against France, you know, seeing them go run side to side against like Colomani and win that race, and seeing him every time he makes a block, he's pumped up. I think this tournament has been a tournament for great defending and center backs really coming out their shell and showing how great they are. Guys, tell me, have you enjoyed this Euros? And is football boring to you right now? Comment down below, and if you feel the way we feel, let us know. If you don't, kill us in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe, guys, and we'll see you next time.